Part 1. Al-Fatiha. The Opening and Foundation of Faith. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. The journey we embark on today is a magnificent and profound one. We begin our verse-by-verse interpretation of the Quran with its very first and most recited chapter, Al-Fatiha, which translates to the opening. This chapter, though concise with only 7 verses, is the cornerstone of the entire Quran and the foundation of all faith. From a Sufi perspective, it is the mother of the book, containing the essence of divine knowledge, the heart of prayer, and the roadmap for the human soul's journey back to its creator. It is recited in every single ritual prayer, reminding us of its central importance. The interpretation we will be using, a revered name for a Quran interpretation, is Kanzul Iman. The lecture will now proceed through a detailed verse-by-verse commentary, drawing on the principles you have established. Verse 1. The divine introduction to mercy in the name of Allah, the All-Merciful, the Most Merciful. Kanzul Iman, the opening Quran, 1-1. This phrase, known as the Tasmiyah, is the beginning of every chapter of the Quran except one. It is not merely a formula, but a statement of absolute reliance on Allah. To begin anything in the name of Allah is to seek divine blessing and protection, and to declare that our action is for Him alone. It is a state of spiritual surrender, a conscious act of placing the entire endeavor under the divine authority. A sincere invocation of this phrase purifies the intention, transforming a mundane act into a sacred one. The verse then introduces 2 of Allah's most magnificent names, the All-Merciful and the Most Merciful. These are not synonyms, but describe different aspects of His boundless mercy. The All-Merciful signifies a universal, all-encompassing mercy that extends to all of creation, believers and non-believers alike. It is the mercy that gives life, sustenance, health, and all the blessings of this world. It is a mercy that is the very fabric of existence. The Most Merciful, on the other hand, refers to a special, particularized mercy reserved for the believers, a mercy that unfolds in the hereafter and guides the soul to paradise. It is the mercy of redemption and salvation. This verse is the key to unlocking the divine reality. All existence is an expression of His endless mercy, and our spiritual journey is a response to this mercy. A deep contemplation of these names in this opening verse is the very first step on the Sufi path, a step of realizing that our existence is a gift of divine compassion, and that all our efforts are a return to the source of that love. Verse 2. The praise of the Lord of all worlds. All praise is for Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. Kanzul Iman, the opening Quran 1-2. This verse is the very heart of gratitude. All praise is for Allah means that every single good thing, every blessing, every beauty, and every perfection is a direct reflection of His perfection. It is a call to a state of constant thankfulness, not just in words, but in our entire being. It is an acknowledgement that praise is not due to any created thing, but to the Creator alone. From a linguistic perspective, the definite article on the word praise signifies that all forms of praise, in every language and every form, belong exclusively to Allah. The phrase Lord of all the worlds establishes Allah's absolute sovereignty and dominion over every conceivable dimension of existence. The word worlds is in the plural, indicating a vast, unimaginable universe of creations, all of which are sustained and governed by the single divine will. The term Lord encompasses all the meanings of creation: sustenance, governance, and ultimate ownership. For the Sufi, the universe is a book of signs, and to read it with a grateful heart is to see the signature of the Lord of all the worlds on every page of creation. This verse transforms our perspective, shifting our focus from the mundane to the magnificent, from the temporal to the eternal. Verse 3. The repetition of mercy and its significance, the All-Merciful, the Most Merciful. Kanzul Iman, the opening Quran 1-3. The repetition of these 2 attributes of mercy from the first verse serves to reinforce their central importance. This is not a mere redundancy, but a profound literary and spiritual device. It is a reminder that Allah's relationship with creation is not that of a distant, severe judge, but of a merciful Lord. His attributes of mercy are not just abstract concepts, but are the living reality that sustains us. This repetition is a source of immense comfort for the believer, a profound reminder that we are enveloped in His grace and that His mercy is the foundation of our spiritual hope. By repeating these names, the verse brings mercy into the forefront of our consciousness, ensuring that as we move forward with the prayer, our hearts are filled with the hope of divine compassion. From a Sufi perspective, this repetition is an act of spiritual purification, a continuous washing of the heart with the reality of divine love and grace. It is the spiritual medicine for the soul's ailments, and it is the key that unlocks a deeper, more intimate relationship with the divine. Verse 4. The balance of justice and accountability, the master of the day of judgment. Kanzelaman, the opening, Quran 1-4. This verse serves as a powerful balance to the previous verses of mercy. It establishes Allah as the ultimate arbiter of justice, the master of the day when all souls will be held accountable. This is not meant to inspire fear, but to inspire spiritual responsibility. It reminds us that this worldly life is not the end, but a preparation for an eternal existence. The knowledge that a day of judgment awaits us is a powerful motivator for a sincere and righteous life. The verse's placement directly after the verses on mercy teaches a crucial spiritual lesson. Divine justice is an expression of divine mercy. The very fact that there is an ultimate accounting is a mercy, for it ensures that justice will be served and that the righteous will be rewarded. For the Sufi, the Day of Judgment is not just a future event, but a present reality, where every thought, word, and deed is being recorded. This continuous awareness of accountability is the spiritual discipline that keeps the soul on the straight path. It is the wisdom that balances the hope of mercy with the reality of justice. Verse 5. The pledge of worship and dependence, you alone we worship, and you alone we seek for help. Kanzoliman, the opening, Quran 1-5. This is the very essence of sincere devotion, the core of the spiritual path. The word you alone is repeated to emphasize the absolute nature of monotheism. We worship no one but Allah, and we seek help from no one but Him. It is a complete and total surrender of one's will. From a grammatical perspective, the Arabic structure of this verse places the object you alone before the verb we worship, which is a rhetorical device that stresses exclusivity. This is a promise that is renewed with every prayer, a pledge that separates the believer from all forms of polytheism and spiritual distraction. The Sufi path is a journey of realizing this verse in its entirety, of purifying the heart from all forms of idolatry, whether they are external idols or the internal idols of the ego. It is a continuous effort to turn away from all that is false and to turn to the one and only true reality. This verse is the heart of Al-Fatiha, for it is here that the worshipper makes their ultimate commitment to the divine. Verse 6. The prayer for the straight path, guide us on the straight path. Kanzaliman, the opening, Quran 1-6. This is the most essential prayer of all. The straight path is the path of truth, a path free from the errors of excess and negligence. It is the path of divine knowledge and righteous action. It is the path that leads directly to Allah. This prayer is a recognition of our human frailty and our constant need for divine guidance. Even with the knowledge of Allah's mercy and the promise of devotion, the human soul is in constant need of guidance. The prayer is a plea for Allah to show us the way, to remove the spiritual obstacles, and to illuminate our path. For the Sufi, this prayer is a constant plea for the divine light to illuminate our hearts and minds, to keep us from straying, and to make every step we take a step toward Him. The prayer for guidance is the most profound expression of humility, an acknowledgement that our intellect, our will, and our strength are not enough to navigate the complexities of this world without the direct intervention of the divine. Verse 7. Defining the straight path and its alternatives. The path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor. Not of those who have earned wrath, nor of those who have gone astray. Kanzelaman, the opening, Quran 1-7. This final verse defines the straight path by its two alternatives, providing a clear and final guide. The straight path is the path of those who are blessed, a path of prophets, saints, martyrs, and the righteous. It is a path of faith, obedience, and sincerity. The path of those who have earned wrath refers to those who have knowingly rejected divine truth, even after it was presented to them clearly. It is the path of deliberate spiritual rebellion, born of pride and arrogance. The path of those who have gone astray refers to those who have lost the path through ignorance or carelessness. They are people whose intentions may have been good, but they lacked the knowledge and guidance to stay on the correct course. This final verse is a comprehensive guide, a reminder that the spiritual journey is about consciously choosing the path of the righteous and actively avoiding the paths of spiritual rebellion and confusion. It is a powerful summary of the human spiritual condition and a call to a life of conscious choices and sincere prayers.